0 to 100 nigga real quick. Baby on that rapid pay the bill shit. No, that shit, not even a little bit.
Welcome back to another video with Mslamekkiona. Y'all, today I'm super excited to share some tips and tricks about finding your way back to wholeness. I feel like this is such an important topic to talk about because, baby, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I got back from Panama, I just really was in a heavy discomfort space, just meaning like I just felt off, very not whole. I felt very off balance. I felt so many different feelings that I was just like, I need to get back to Mslamekkiona. I need to get back to my wholeness. What is my wholeness? And the most important thing about finding your wholeness is that it's your wholeness. Not what you see around you, not what you see on the internet, not what you see just around the world. What brings you to wholeness? And I just really had to go back to my roots of what brought me back to wholeness. So number one, the first thing I did, honestly, is just get back into that space of I can do this. And how I did that was basically just getting back to journaling, just getting back into my routine. That was the main way of finding my way back to my wholeness because I was so off balance. I was so calculated off balance, meaning I just was in a funk, just irritated, just overwhelmed, just because it was like I was coming back to so many things I had to do with my event coming up in May the 7th. If you haven't heard, I am having my first event, Let's Get Mental Summit, my first ever event on May the 7th. If you're in the Atlanta area, I would highly suggest you coming out because y'all, it's going to be a life-changing event. But just imagine coming back and really having to get back into motion when you just was in the mode of vacation. So it's like your morning routine was off. My morning routine was heavily off. Like I wasn't doing what I normally do, which is pray first thing in the morning, meditate, get some like juices flowing with motivation and just getting myself back in alignment. And that is following number two, is just getting myself back in alignment. So what I did to get myself back in alignment, like I said, is really prioritizing my morning routine, getting really heavy back into my morning routine. Although I was used to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I have been waking up between the hours of 6 and 7 just to get back into my routine, but I'm just kind of cutting it back. So if I woke up at 7 that day, then I'm trying to wake up at 6 the next day, or within that 2-day time frame, just getting back into my routine because I understand that even though I was waking up pretty early in Panama, I was still finding myself going back to sleep or just being very lazy, which at home I'm more like active, getting myself together. So I just really told myself to allow myself some grace. And that's so important when finding your way back to wholeness, is giving yourself grace. You have to give yourself grace because at that time you expect to be on da 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 da, and then it feels like you're getting back overwhelmed. And when you're finding your way back to wholeness, you can't be in that type of predicament where you feel like your life is chaotic, everything is not flowing the way you want it to flow. It's so important to prioritize that, of just taking that time of really being like, I got to show myself some grace. I understand. That's why, for example, when I woke up at 7 that day, instead of me feeling overwhelmed with myself, and instead of me being like, oh my God, I'm so late or behind on stuff, then I feel like my day is getting chaotic. But what I did is told myself, it is okay. Give yourself some grace. I'm in the bed literally looking at my phone and saw that the time frame was 7:07. I said, it's okay. It's no reason to get upset with yourself about getting up later than you wanted to. You needed to rest, you needed to recharge, you needed to get back to a space where you can find your way back to wholeness. And that is what I did. I really just found a way to tell myself in my mind that it's okay. Find your balance. It is okay. Stop trying to accommodate things that you were used to doing and just really get back into the flow, and it's gonna come back so easy once you just get back into that motion. So I just really felt like and so adamant about that it is okay. You're going to get back to that space. Just take the time you need. And as I was going through the days, like from Monday to Thursday, it's really been a life-changing, meaning that I started making my to-do list in the morning. I started, and even sometimes I do it the day before, but I wasn't upset with myself when I made it the day of, because I was just like, give yourself grace. I have to give myself some grace. So even though I wanted to always make sure that I'm doing my to-do list beforehand, like the day before, I learned that even it's okay if I just have to make it the day of. And that was number 4 of finding my way back to wholeness, is making a to-do list. I made a to-do list to really register in my mind that, hey, oh, I need to do this, and the third today. That way I am prioritizing my day. That way I'm not feeling like, oh my God, I got all this to do. I really feel so encouraged seeing my to-do list and checking it off. Y'all, I'm even getting to a point where I'm checking it off as I'm going. So if I just completed this task, I'm going ahead and then checking it off, and it registers in my mind like, wow, I got so much done. I remember just yesterday, for example, I literally had about 20 tasks that I needed to do. By 3 o'clock p.m., I'm telling you guys, by 3 o'clock p.m., I was at 18 tasks already completed. I was like, what? I was so proud of myself, because that registered in my mind that I have something to be proud about. And you should have something to be proud about every single day. And that's following number 5. What I was doing is finding my way back to wholeness, is appreciating that I'm still getting the work done. Maybe not the time frame that I initially wanted to, but I'm getting back into that flow of things where I'm getting back to that space. And when I started to see myself getting back into that space, I really started to register in my mind like, wow, you're getting it done. Why are you upset with yourself? It shouldn't, long as you're still getting the task done within a day and you're getting done by 3 o'clock, imagine from 7 to 3 really focusing in on tunnel vision, fully dedicated to what it is, the task that you need to get done. And imagine the rest of the day what you could be doing. And what I've learned is that even when I start doing that and I get to the finish line of being done by 3 o'clock, I still have so much other things that I've been wanting to do, meaning like for my personal, that I'm able to do now because I've got all my primary tasks done. So when I fully focus on those bullet points and I got those things done, it was finding my way back to my wholeness, because I was like, okay, well, wow, I have all this stuff down, all this stuff done now. Now I can find a way to get back to myself. So that has allowed me time to read. There's allowed me time to find new videos about learning about and educating myself on new different things that I've been personally wanting to learn about. And then that's allowed me time for longer time for meditation, longer time to read the Bible, longer time to just really enhance my own mind and expanding on my own knowledge. And it's been so beautiful to see just within these few couple days how beautiful it is to really find my way back to wholeness. And I'm being so conscious and so adamant about watching myself progress each and every day. And I was just looking just back at my to-do list from the entire week, and I'm like, wow, I have gotten so many things done. So far I've had about almost 80 tasks in a span of 4 days, and I've gotten 73 already done. And I'm like, wow, that is so amazing just to think to myself that I already have done 73 tasks in 4 days. I was like, please. And that feels so good. Like, that's why I feel so good about recording this video. That is why I feel so good, and I'm just like smiling, because at the end of the day, I am proud of myself. I am proud of who I am. I am proud of Mslamekkiona. I am proud of me. And I think that's so important when you're finding your way to wholeness, that even in the midst of adversity, even in the midst of so many things going not the way you want it to go, there's still so much beautifulness that's within that. There's still so much beauty within finding your way to your own wholeness, because what changes is your identity of yourself, your identity of who you are and who you want to be. And I just feel like that's so important to finding your way back to wholeness, is finding your own why, finding your own purpose within the time frame that you have, utilizing your time and maximizing your time for yourself, for your business, for your job, and then giving yourself the opportunity to have self-time. I have been so adamant about having my self-time, and that is another important thing about finding my way back to wholeness, is having my self-time, the journal, to read, to meditate, to just take a nap. I be tired, so I'm just like, even those important things are really making me like back to my flow, because I'm seeing myself be the best version of myself right now, seeing the fruits of my discipline of myself to finding my way back to wholeness. And I really hope these tips help. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you utilize these tips and find your wholeness, and writing down what wholeness will look like for you. Because even though I gave you tips and tricks, it's still going to be you taking that time to finalize what it is that works for you, because what works for me may not work for you, but it gives you that identity to start thinking about what you're thinking about, and it gives you that opportunity to see and find your way to wholeness. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will give more videos like this. If you love this video, if you thought the tips and tricks were very educational and were helpful for you, leave a comment down below, and recommend any type of videos that you want to see about mental health, anything that you really just want to see on my channel. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.